Okay, so can we talk about these? Because I think it is a, you were telling me that with a really good blow dryer, for instance, because I have long, thick hair, and let's say it did take me 40 minutes to dry it, if I were willing to spend that much time with a blow dryer.
You know, the thing I love about styling and good tools is, I recognized early in my career that if I'm working with what I would consider budget tools, budget blow dryers, etc., it wound up taking me longer to style the customer's hair.
Right.
Taking more of her time in the salon, as well as taking my time and making more fatigue and more work for me. So, you know, we heard the old adage, you know, work smart. Well, we want to work smart and we want to work healthy. So with the use of a quality tool such as a great blow dryer, that allows me the opportunity to be very efficient behind the chair, and then also making it available to the customer allows her to be very efficient in her own, you know, dressing area.
So you can make all kinds of analogies with that. For instance,
goes on and on.
A high-quality car,
correct,
versus my Volkswagen. Good gardening tools versus
well, exactly,
versus something that's not sharp and not well taken care of. I mean, there are all kinds of analogies. When you're using a knife in your kitchen, will make your job quicker and easier.
This particular tool here is called the Vlectra Paramount XXP. Now, this is made in France. This particular blow dryer retails for about $225.
Okay.
Now, what's really nice about this is if you are purchasing $25 blow dryers and you go through 4, 5, 6 over a 5-6 year period, well, then it's the same amount of money anyway.
Right.
So, you know, we use these in the salon exclusively. I've had my personal XXP for 12 years now.
Really?
And professional use, day in and day out. And so what we do is we simply send it off to have the blade sharpened or send it off to have the oil changed. So we service these just like I would recommend servicing any other expensive purchase, if you will.
Get out.
Now, one thing that makes this really nice is, let's talk about fatigue for a second. What makes this nice is it's balance. So when you're working on your hair, you have a good balance, and it's not ultra light and hard to control. Sometimes when they're too light, they're harder to control than when they have a good weight balance. This particular tool also has what's called a cold button, which is recessed. The number one thing that really gets people when they're working is when the cold button is not recessed, they have a tendency to be hitting that pretty regularly and thus slowing down their drying time.
Okay.
So the cold air doesn't dry the hair nearly as quickly as hot air. The second thing is that I'd like to point out is how this is what's called the concentrator. Now, this is the laser beam of hair drying.
Got it.
All right. This really focuses your air to put it exactly where you want it on the head. So this is open, has a tendency to lose 40 to 50% of what the dryer has to offer.
Okay.
However, when you put your concentrator on, it allows me to really focus the air in exactly where I want to put the heat and to manipulate the hair. And one thing I want to say is these are called blow dryers, but they're really styling tools more than actual hair dryers. Another thing I'd like to point out is all the settings you have on the back. Most dryers will have a high, a low, high, mid, or low, etc. I recommend keeping your blow dryer on high speed, high heat all the time.
Huh.
And get the maximum amount of it. And through technique is how we're going to manipulate the air.
Okay.
Now, these particular ones, like I said, they retail for $225, but there is a special at the salon. We're taking 20% off as a Wave Listens viewer, and that'll allow them the opportunity to really have a nice tool.
Okay, so it's an investment.
It is an investment. Now, think about this. People make various amounts of money. That's fine.
Right.
But Liz, if you break down what your income is per hour, and then you peel 15, 20 minutes off your styling time, well, let's equate to how much money that is.
Sure.
And it doesn't take very long for it to really add up and pay for the dryer 10 times quickly.
Okay.
So how much is your time worth is really the essence.
Okay, well, I've often said, Bennie, that I'd rather spend 20 minutes drinking my coffee and thinking about how my day is going to go than blow drying my hair in the morning.
Exactly.
So I can do both if I get one of these.
I want you to think of this as this is your coffee time. This is how we're going to save your coffee, right?